So, welcome back to another video, and today is the first of two games over the Easter bank holiday weekend. It's Good Friday, we are at the Lamb, and Solihull Moors are the visitors for a massive local derby in the National League. So, having a little look at the league table, Tamworth currently in 11th, Solihull in 13th. 6 points between the two teams, but Tamworth having played one more game, and most notably today, Tamworth are going to be after some sort of revenge after that game on Boxing Day at Solihull didn't really turn out the best in Tamworth's favour. Yeah, it was a poor day, bad day at the office, and a bit of a drubbing by our local rivals. But Tamworth will be looking to put that right and rectify it today. And now Tamworth, yeah, they've had some really good performances and results recently against some of the top teams in the league, and you know, being back here at home against Solihull, who, yeah, they've had a bit of a sticky patch recently. They've, you know, not been on as good a form as they were around the time that they actually beat us on Boxing Day, which started quite a good winning run for them, in fairness. But yeah, that's petered off a little bit, and today hopefully Tamworth can, you know, take advantage of that and go and get all 3 points and actually beat Solihull for the first time since returning to the National League, because at the minute Solihull have won everything, so Tamworth need to put that one right as well. Now I'm already set up ready to go in the filming gantry, ready for this afternoon's commentary that, as always when we're at home, is going to go out live on DAZN, on the TV feed, and also on Mixler as well for the fans that listen on radio. So yeah, it should be a fun day. I'm going to go and get my usual shots around the ground. I know a lot of you have already seen them, but it's just a little bit of footage to put in to split the vlog up a bit. But yeah, hopefully I'll win today. I'm confident, especially if we've got Ollie Lynch and Dan Creaney both playing up top together. I am very confident we can go and get 3 points today. I'm going 3-1 Tamworth, and yeah, we'll see how that materialises by the end of the game. So we are now about 45 minutes away from kickoff. The teams are both out doing their warm-ups, and I've got Tamworth team news in front of me, and it's a really strong squad once again. So starting off in goal today for Tamworth is Jazz Singh. We've got Matt Curley, Jordan Cullinane-Liebird, Joe Rye, Luke Fairlam, Ben Milnes, who's the skipper this afternoon. We've got Teo Curteran, Ben Aquayi. We have got that duo up top of Dan Creaney and Ollie Lynch, and Stefan Moles rounding out that starting 11. So a really strong starting 11 for me, and again to have that combination of Ollie Lynch and Dan Creaney up top, I think is going to cause Solihull no end of problems this afternoon. Now the bench for Tamworth is substitute keeper Dan Rachel. You've got Callum Cochrane-Mollett, Alfie Bates, Tom Tonks, Joe Riley, Daniel Asishe, and rounding out the bench is Michael Reindorf. A strong bench as well. Good performances from Michael Reindorf and Dan Asishe against Redditch on Tuesday in the Birmingham Senior Cup semi-final. And yeah, I think I'm still going with my strong opinion of it's going to be a 3-1 win for Tamworth today. Nothing's really changed that over the last hour or so, and I am confident that Tamworth are going to go and get 3 points. Good afternoon, one and all, and it's a very warm welcome from the Altair Group Community Stadium at the Lamb for this afternoon's Enterprise National League fixture between Tamworth and Solihull Moors. Tamworth in good form recently, Solihull not so much, just one win in the last 11 games for them. and Tamworth will be looking to try and get a little bit of revenge for that 7-1 drubbing they received at the hands of Solihull on Boxing Day. I'm Stuart Bywater, and alongside me this afternoon is the one and only Max McLeay.
Good afternoon, Stu. How are we doing?
I'm great, Max. Thank you. It's great to have you alongside me once again here in the gantry, and more notably for a league game as well and a 3 o'clock kickoff. Something that doesn't usually happen too often.
No, it's been a long time since I've done a 3 o'clock on a Saturday, and I'm very excited for this one today, Stu.
It is Friday though.
It is Friday.
It is Friday though.
Oh, goodness me.
It's all right. We were just talking about that, wasn't it? How it was Friday. You prefer games on a Friday.
Yeah.
So you can go and play your football on a Saturday, but yeah, it's all good. We are just literally waiting for the teams to make their way out onto the pitch. And a good crowd in this afternoon, a good following support from Solihull, so I dare say they'll be in fine voice throughout the entirety of this afternoon's clash. As the two teams now make their way out onto the pitch, led out by referee Niall Smith, the assistants of Jason Roberts, Mark Senior, and the fourth official Harry Jones. Tamworth in their home kit of red and black shirts with black shorts and black socks. Solihull Moors in their yellow shirts with blue trim, blue shorts and blue socks as well, as the players now just line up across the halfway line to exchange the handshakes and whatnot ahead of this massive local derby in the National League. Referee just checking now both sides with keepers to make sure we're good to go. And there we go, the local derby underway as Solihull play the ball straight back to their keeper before launching it down the right hand side. Heads go up in the air. Solihull get first contact a couple of times before Milnes and Fairland manage to try and clear that one away, but Solihull send it back down the right hand side. Fairland got a bit of defending to do against Sanupe. Fairland does well though, but his clearance is not the best, and Solihull still trying to rattle around the edge of the Tamworth final third. They wriggled themselves some space, took a Shirley shot early doors. That's come off for Tamworth, heading on straight out for a Solihull corner, Max.
Yeah, it was good reactions there from Jordan Cunningham, Livebird in the centre of the box. It was a bit of a snapshot from the Solihull player, but it was a good clearance nevertheless. Put it out of the corner. Yeah,
it certainly was, and that all stemmed from that clearance from Luke Fairland down at that bottom corner. It wasn't the best from him. Solihull do now have a chance though to whip this corner in to the 6-yard box. It comes right on top of Jazz Singh, who claims that one relatively easy. Not the best of corners. And Tamworth on the attack. Down the other end now, quick release by Singh. Ollie Lynch gives chase, and it has to be punted out of play by Laurie Walker. And Tamworth turning it straight round on its head, Max, and putting pressure down the other end of the pitch. 9 minutes on the clock. Still goalless here at the minute. Short corner taken quickly into Curteran. He gets the cross in. Not fully dealt with yet by Solihull. They finally stop it from going out for another corner on the far side. In the end, that's canned off the back of Ollie Lynch. And out it goes for a goal kick to Solihull. But something we don't really see from Tamworth too often, Max, is that quick corner. And actually this time I don't think it really benefited the Lambs too much.
Yeah, I think there was a bit of indecision there from Moles and Cole trying to when to put the ball in the area. As you say, I think probably wasn't the best decision for the Lambs there. Just get the ball in the area. You know there's threat in there.
To the 20th minute here now at the Lamb, and it is Tamworth 0, Solihull Moors 0. Both teams have had good possession going forward. Both teams have created chances, but I think Solihull have probably had the better of the chances so far, although that Dan Creaney header that just nestled on the top of the net is probably a very, very close second in my opinion. So again, like I said earlier, I wouldn't want to put money on who's going to get the first goal in this game, because it's very, very close so far, and it's been end-to-end at times. It's been a real midfield battle as well, and yeah, there's a lot on the line here this afternoon from this Midlands derby. A lot of bragging rights, things that need to, or Tamworth feel they need to put right after that 7-1 drubbing earlier on in the season. It's now Creaney charging forward, tries to find Lynch, but it's fallen to Milnes. He can't quite find a teammate either, and it's repelled by Solihull. Fairland sends one out wide to Benaquai, but he can't quite keep it in play. And out of play it goes for a Solihull throw. Peter Singh, he finds Fairland. Fairland's caught there by Sanupe. It will be a free kick to Tamworth. And the Tamworth players may be questioning why there's no yellow card there, because again, that was very late. Had a late challenge from Matt Curley you know, 10 minutes or so ago brought a yellow card for him. Nothing goes the way of Emmanuel Sanuko.
Well, I think in fairness to Matt Curley, he played the ball with his challenge, but if I'm honest, that looked like it was a bit off the ball there, a bit intentional. Really poor challenge, but the referee's not going to give it.
Free kick then taken by Jazz Singh up to the edge of the Moors area, and it's nearly rolled through to Dan Creaney, and Laurie Walker has to come out and claim that one, but again, it's very, very fine margins in it, and it's becoming very, very close for Tamworth, maybe opening the scoring in this one. There's been a hair's width away from getting to the ball several times now, and then balls are played forward.
It's a matter of time, I think, for one of those drops for both teams as well.
It is. I was about to say you can't count Solihull out either, because they are trying as well, as Osborne sends one out wide towards Green, but Curley's going to get there first and shepherd that one out of play for what will be a Tamworth goal kick. 31 minutes played, so goalless here in Staffordshire for this local derby this afternoon against Solihull Moors. And so far it's been actually a rather entertaining game of football, Max. Both teams have got forward, both teams have had possession, and you know what, there's been mistakes in both teams as well so far where the ball's been given away, so it's not been a clear overall performance by either team so far. Foul there by Benakwai, who pleads his innocence, maybe thinking that was more of a slip than anything, but again, fine margins, Max. It wasn't that far away from Tamworth being through there straight from that Jazz Singh goal kick.
Yeah, it's certainly been an exciting game to watch, hasn't it, Stu? As you say, the ball has been almost inch perfect so many times for both teams. You think we're minutes away from getting a goal in this one.
Come down that left-hand side with Fairland. Fairland cuts past his man, gets the cross into the far post, linked back across the face of goalkeeper behind by Cameron Green for a Tamworth corner. Beginning slightly to turn that tempo up.
Starting to Ben Milnes again, winning the ball back in the midfield, playing that 1-2 off the back of Kurtaran. Fairland as well to get the ball in the box, and it was a nice set down there from Lee Lynch. It's going to be a corner here, Stu. Yeah. It's positive, isn't it?
It is. It's going to be a long out swinger from Teo Kurtaran way to our right hand side. 2 arms in the air from him as he whips it in from the corner quadrant. Headed away by Solihull Moors, not convincingly as of yet. Curley gets back on the end of it, dinks it in towards the box. It's cleared away again by Solihull Moors, but only as far as Benakwai on the left-hand side. Benakwai cuts inside of his man really well there, Benakwai. He wriggles himself some space, finds Teo Kurtaran. Back out wide to Milnes. Good build-up play and pressure from the Lambs at the minute. Milnes makes some space, drives it towards the near post, deflected out for another Tamworth corner. Beginning to put pressure on that Solihull Moors goal.
Really showing patience in the final third now. The Lambs are looking to move the ball around that Solihull box, try and find a gap for the finish. It was Milnes in the end again there with an effort.
Going to be an in-swinger this time from Teo Kurtaran as Dan Creaney's on the ground in the 6-yard box. Referee lets the corner come in now. Creaney's back to his feet. 2 arms in the air from Kurtaran. Whipped in high towards the back post. Moles tried to dink it. I think Moles tried to dink it back across the face of goal and got too much on it. In the end, it went over the bar and behind for a Solihull Moors goal kick. But again, it was good play from Tamworth. Good movement around in the box. It's unfortunate that took from Moles. Just ever so slightly overhit there, Max.
Yeah, you could certainly see the idea of Stephen Moles there, but I think it came at him with a bit of venom in the corner. Yeah. So he did well to get a touch on it in the end, but it's going to be a goal kick this one.
Tamworth are free kick in a really dangerous position, just a couple of yards out from that left-hand corner of the box. And it is Ben Milnes and Teo Kurtaran standing over this one, though I'm not sure if Kurtaran's going to try and whip this one in swinging as Ben Milnes now walks away. And then Liebert gets towards the near post to try and put some pressure on the Moors keeper. We'll wait with bated breath though for this delivery from Teo Kurtaran. There's an eerie push around the lamb at the moment. 2 arms in the air from Kurtaran. Whips it into the near post. Oh, flash of the heads. Maybe gone out for a corner. Good delivery from Kurtaran. Creaney was not far off from getting that one, but like I say, it was drifted on out wide off the head of a Solihull Moors player and behind Oh, it's going to be another Tamworth corner, and again it looks like it's going to be Teo Kurteran with an outswinger again, this time away from our right hand side, and again the pressure beginning to mount. 38 minutes played, still goalless here though. 2 arms in the air from Kurteran. Good delivery from him, and in the end I think that's drifted out of play over the crossbar, and what looked like it was going to be a good delivery nearly ended up in a bit wind assisted and behind without actually touching anybody in the end, Max.
Yeah, it wasn't the best delivery, but I think the wind's probably affected that one.
Added on time has been shown at the end of this first half that we have just ticked into now, and maybe the tempo has dipped out of this one ever so slightly after Tamworth have been in the ascendancy for the last 10 minutes or so. Solihull Moors have just negated the game a little bit, and it's been more of a scrappy midfield battle over the past few. No real saves have been made by either keeper though, Max. There's been a few close chances towards goal, but no keeper's really had a clear-cut save to make in this opening half.
No, I think it's coming down to that final ball, isn't it, Stu? They're getting into the final third so well, both teams. But that final pass to, set up the strike hasn't been there, has it really?
No, Tamworth do have a throw on the far side though with Fairlam. Down the line to the chest of Creaney it goes, back to Fairlam. Fairlam recycles it towards goal, but cleared away by Cox of Solihull. Now it's Solihull's chance to try and break forward with Show Silver, but Sabara's got there first, and have got bodies back. Out wide to Green. Green now plays it back to Osborne. And there is the half-time whistle. Maybe Solihull think they should have had a few more seconds there, but the minute had gone. And it is the half-time whistle, where the half-time score is Tamworth 0, Solihull Moors 0. And really, over that 45 match, you would probably say it's been a fairly even encounter so far.
Yeah, it's been a good half of football season. It's fun to watch. Both teams having opportunities at both ends. Real lack of goal scoring opportunities, but there's been some good football played by both teams.
Yeah, there certainly has, and I'd like to think that Tamworth can come out for the second half and be equally as good as they have been so far, but maybe just that little bit more ruthless in front of goal. So it is half time here at the Lamb, and what do I make of that first half? It's been okay from Tamworth, to be fair. They've created some chances. I think they've probably created a few more chances than Solihull. They may have looked a little bit more dangerous in and around the 18-yard box, but again, you can't count Solihull out because they do look good going forward, especially down the wings. They've not really been that good going forward. Show Silver's been a little bit isolated, but certainly the likes of Cameron Green, Sanupe, even Joe Sabara, they've all been getting involved and creating chances for the Moors. But I do think there'll be goals in the second half. I do think it's going to open up a little bit more as teams try and go and win this one. But hopefully a good team talk, maybe a couple of tweaks in tactics from Andy Peaks at half-time in the dressing room is all Tamworth needs. So, second half about to start soon, and hopefully on to 3 points. Welcome back then from the Altair Group Community Stadium at the Lamb for full second half commentary here for this National League derby clash between Tamworth and Solihull, as the players have just made their way back out onto the pitch. Now it will be Tamworth to get the game underway in this second half, and they will be kicking from right to left. And hopefully, Max, we can have some goals this half to commentate through, because there have been some very good chances and very close chances in that first half of both teams. Neither team quite finding the back of the net.
As I say, it was a good half of football streak. Both teams really unlocking their defences and having lots of possession in that final third. But neither keeper was tested. We really need to see a bit of urgency up from both sides here. Have some goes at the keeper.
There is going to be a change for Solihull Moors, so as the 19, Emmanuel Sanupe leaves the field of play to be replaced by Lewis Baines, and whether that is down to the yellow card or a change in tactic here, because he's slotted straight into the centre-back sort of position where, Sanupe was on the wing, so it does look like potentially Solihull have dropped to a 4-4-2 instead of just having the one up top. But we'll wait and see as the half goes on. But Tamworth do get us underway. No. Full start. No, full start. We'll have that again. Too many players encroaching into the opposition half. Benakwai and Dan Creaney. So we will get a second attempt at it. Curteran, the one over the ball in the centre circle. And there we go, we are underway. Mills to Curley. Curley sends one forward for the run of Stephen Moles. It's headed straight out of play by Whitmore though. And it will be an early chance at the start of this half for Tamworth to launch the ball towards that box through the hands of Matt Curley.
What do you think's been the instruction at half time, Stu, from Andy Biggs to the Lambs?
To be a bit more ruthless, I think. In then from Curley. It's not fully dealt with by Solihull. They finally clear the second ball away, but into the air it goes. Curley heads it back towards the Solihull Moors box, but they clear it away. And that wind beginning to whip around once again. Max, we can feel it swirling around here in the gantry. I bet it's just as bad down there on the pitch. And that's going to be a foul. And Ollie Lynch, as the number 5, Alex Whitmore, had 2 arms around the shoulders there of Ollie Lynch and brought him down. So a chance for Tamworth to get the ball into the box early doors in this first half, and hopefully Tamworth can keep turning this possession and final third sort of, territorial possession and make it count.
Yeah, I'm really surprised again there, Steve. That's not a booking. I think Ollie Lynch has tried to jump up and go for the header, and he's got 2 arms around his shoulders. I'm incredibly surprised the referee's not blown up for a yellow card at least, but there we are.
It's
the free kick at the dangerous position.
Yeah, the wind causing havoc with the ball down there, just blowing it off of where Tay Curteran's put it, but Curteran whips the ball in towards the back post and it's whipped out for a Tamworth corner. Again, the persistent pressure mounting from the Lambs at the minute. As Curteran scuttles over to take this corner from the Snowdome corner off the ground. So it's going to be an outswinger from Teo Curteran this time. Both arms in the air again from him. Near post, headed away by Green. So we're going to get it back though with Milnes. Now Curteran. Good take down by Curteran. Whips the ball into the box and it's into the hands of Laurie Walker, and that brings an end. A good passage of pressure from the opening whistle in the second half of the Lambs, as Solihull now look to try and break into the Tamworth final third, but Tamworth repel them and standing firm as they have for a majority of this game. Moors couldn't contain it anymore. They looked very poor defensively at that moment. The 14 of Daniel Cox dallied on the ball too long. He got caught in possession. Ball crossed into the box by the Lambs. Dan Creaney needs no invitation. Heads it off the inside of the post against Laurie Walker. And there is that celebration that we spoke about, Max. Well and truly celebrating that one, Dan Creaney.
It was an imperfect cross there from Teo Curteran, and he held the ball up nicely in the air to set Dan Creaney right on the 6-yard line. It was a powerful header, wasn't it, Stu? Down into the ground, making it really hard for goalkeeper Walker there to get any touch on it.
Absolutely. But the problem was that was Solihull making all of their own downfall, because it was the number 14 Daniel Cox that was just holding the ball in his own 6-yard box. I don't know what he was really doing. He had his face towards his own goal, couldn't really clear it away, and then all of a sudden there was Tamworth players around him. He got dispossessed. Curteran crossed it into the box. Creaney heads down, and it is 1-0 to the Lambs. And that has well and truly woken up the Tamworth fans in and around us here at the Old Sair Group Community Stadium. Plays it back to Creaney. Creaney plays it out wide to Curteran. Curteran just halts his run, plays it into Stephen Moles. Curteran again. The sign gets the little dinked cross in towards Matt Curley, but Matt Curley's cross a little bit too heavy, and it goes wide at the near post at the time. The Solihull Moors goal. Again, good build-up play from Tamworth Matt through the Solihull Moors final third, down that right-hand side with Curteran, Moles and Curley all being involved.
Yeah, it started with Ollie Lynch again. It's been really good hold-up play from both him and Dan Creaney today. I think they've been starting the attacking move for Tamworth, getting the ball up high and regaining position.
Under 15 minutes left to go here in this local derby between Tamworth and Solihull Moors. Well, Tamworth still in the lead of this one at the moment through that Dan Creaney header. Solihull haven't really threatened Jacin's goal too much. They've had a bit of possession in and around it. But I think for me, Tamworth are at the minute comfortably in control of this one, Max.
Yeah, I think the tempo's been really slowed down, hasn't it? The Lambs have kind of taken the sting out of the game. They had momentum for a while, and now they're really just being professional, trying to manage these last few minutes.
Gets the cross in, deflected away, only in the feet of Stefan Maltz. Lays it back off to Milnes. Back towards Curley. Now into Curteran. Curteran's ball into the box. It's cleared away by Solihull Moors. Straight into the air it goes. Comes back down at the feet of Luke Fairland. Fairland goes one way, then the other. Drives towards the byline. No cross into the back post. Over hit cross maybe from him and out on the far side for a throw-in to the visitors. Good play again from Tamworth. Good movement from Luke Fairland. Just the ball was a little bit over hit, but Solihull losing the ball again straight away as Creaney now tries to prod one back through, and Ollie Lynch hadn't quite on the same page. As Creaney holds the hands up in apology. And there's now going to be a change for both teams, and it is going to be Joe Riley for the Lambs making his way on. And I can only assume it's going to be for Ben Milnes, but not before Daniel Cox makes way for Oscar Rutherford for Solihull Moors. As we now just wait and see who is leaving the field for Tamworth. It's going to be a double change for the Lambs, so I imagine it might be Curteran and Milnes leaving the field to be replaced by Bates and Riley. It's going to be Ben Milnes that does lead the field for Alfie Bates. We'll just wait and see on the second change. I do expect it to be Teo Curteran, but it's not. It's actually Ollie Lynch the one making way for Riley. So maybe Tamworth opting just to drop back to the one up top, Max, and have five across the midfield instead, just to try and make it a little bit more difficult for Solihull Moors to maybe break down. Is it off down the wing for Creaney? Creaney tries to play it across the byline, but that's going to be shepherded out of play. What will be a Solihull Moors goal kick, taken quickly this time by Walker. Maybe a little bit of urgency from the Moors is beginning to set in as they feel like they're slipping out of this one even more as time goes on. Asishe though regains the ball for the Lambs. Looks to take on Tyler French. Does well Asishe to hold the ball up really well. He skipped past one, he's drawn the foul, and he's skipped past Tyler French. French can stuck the leg out. It's gone for a free kick for him and Tamworth. Looks a lively box of tricks. Does Daniel Asishe. It's going to be a free kick for Tamworth though, that Teo Curteran is going to whip in towards the box with 1 minute of the 90 left remaining that we have just ticked into now. So what can Curteran do from this free kick? Is it going to go short towards Fairland, or is it going to go in towards the box? In towards the box it does go. Deep to Moles. Moles drives it towards the corner, holds it there, and actually does really well to win the throw-in as well. Good play from Tamworth. It was good work to find Moles from that free kick, and Moles just drove into the corner, held the ball up there to try and wind some time down, should we say, and wins Tamworth a throw-in deep in enemy territory.
What I will say about the Lambs too is when they find themselves in a winning position towards the dying embers of the game, they're really, really professional with their performance. We saw it at Brackley last week, and they know how to win the drop down, they know how to keep hold of the ball, and they've really managed games professionally and really ensure they get the points on the ball.
Yeah, Tamworth have won themselves a corner. I can't imagine this one's going to be whipped in towards the box as 5 minutes of added on time has been showed. It was a good guess that, wasn't it, Max, in fairness? But I imagine Tamworth are going to keep this one in the corner. They do. Creaney stabs it towards goal, and I think he was trying to play for another corner there, Dan Creaney, but it didn't hit the intended opponent, and out of play it goes for a Moors goal kick. Just over a minute left to go with a 5 here. Now Curteran. Dan Creaney. I wouldn't say that was a good change by Dan Creaney there. He got the ball for me, but
I think you can see why it was given. He's kind of come off his feet to win the ball.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be an instant free kick.
And he's now got a yellow card for standing in front of the free kick. Yeah, not the best from Dan Creaney, but also the free kick needs to be retaken because the referee wasn't ready.
Oh, it looks like for the first time they're going to go long here, the Moors. They need to get the ball upfield with, we're at the dying embers of this one now.
Yeah, they've got less than a minute left to try and do something in this one as Walker kicks long forward. Cleared away of sorts by Curley, but it's only as far as Green. Out wide to Warman. Back to Green. He's been dispossessed by Teo Kurtaran and he finds Moles. Moles just clears it forward out of play for a Moors throw. That clock is winding down more and more. It's mere seconds away from the full-time whistle here as time still ticks by. Taken away by Conlane Liebird.
Really impactful free kick, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, the 5 minute manual time is up. Tamworth after his free kick. I imagine there's not going to be much more after Jazz Singh sends this one as far forward as humanly possible as the Solihull Moors fans begin to head for the exits here from the Lamb. At least they haven't got far to travel home, Max, this time. And there is the full-time whistle. The final score here, Tamworth 1, Solihull Moors 0. And Tamworth get all 3 points and the bragging rights on Good Friday in the local derby. I think it was a great performance from Tamworth from start to finish, managed the game really well, took the goal well, and 3 points. What more could you ask for, Matt?
Yeah, it was a really professional performance there from the Lambs. It looked like in the first half it could have gone either way, but it was a really good second half performance. We got the ball in the right attacking areas. Dan Creaney found himself in the right place at the right time, rolled up the away fans as well. There's 3 points on the Lambs, Stu.
So there we have it. Tamworth win this one 1-0 in what was, I think, a really good performance from start to finish. Solihull, yes, they had a lot of possession in stages, but only really in the midfield and just on the edge of the Tamworth final third. They didn't really trouble Jazz Singh too much. They, their number 9, Show Silver, was quite isolated for large periods of the game, and even when they changed it up a bit, their front man was still really isolated. And Tamworth did keep pressing. They got that goal through Dan Creaney, and it was just poetic justice, wasn't it? That it was that man, Dan Creaney, that got the goal. It was a fantastic crossing from Teo Kurtaran after a bit of a defensive blunder from Solihull themselves. And yeah, Dan Creaney heads it off the inside of the post, past the Solihull keeper, to give Tamworth all 3 points today. And does that just, slightly put a bit of a stamp on the performance, because that's technically the first time Tamworth have beat Solihull since returning back to the National League system. They lost both games last season. They lost the one horrifically on Boxing Day this season. Tamworth turning the tides. First part of the Boxing Day doubleheader is complete. Now the next one, Tamworth travel to the Shay, the home of Halifax, on Monday in what again is going to be a very tough place to go. Tamworth not having the best of games away there last season after having a really good start to the game. But yeah, hopefully we can go on, get another good performance and at least go and get a draw away at Halifax, because I'm not solely confident of a win, I'll be honest, because it's a difficult place to go. But the chances are there, aren't they? The chances are there to go and put a good performance in, get some points and, try and maintain that mid-table finish, because with today's win and the results in and around the league, Tamworth have gone back up to 10th. So I think that is probably the highest place we can finish, of 10th in the league. I'd like to stay there, but realistically, with Woking having a game in hand, I think maybe they might eclipse that and Tamworth may finish around 11th, but we will wait and see. But yeah, my next vlog obviously will be from Halifax on Monday, but for today, from the Lamb, it's a goodbye from me and a thank you for watching.